Hey everyone, over here getting ready. Welcome. Happy Friday. Howdy, salutations, and all the awesome things. So God, so, so glad that you guys are here. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to pop on in and draw with me. So what I am about to do is color in this sketch live with you guys. I was gonna provide like a sketch that you guys can color with, but life, doing all the things, wearing all the hats, just happened. And so maybe I will have this available at the end of the live stream. But I'm glad that everyone's here. If you're catching a replay, I'm glad that you still showed up. So I decided I wanted to go ahead and color this scene. Let me move it over. From the movie The Wild Robot. And there were a lot of scenes that I liked to draw, but I went with this one. I feel like this was like complicated. Hold on. So you guys can see. There you go. I'm going to get my colors from off of here. I'm thinking I'm going to just freestyle this and draw it however that fits, my style. I don't want to copy exactly what I see. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, if you have any questions about the brushes that I'm using or anything like that, just leave a comment and I will gladly let you guys know. So I think this is going to be a night scene. Okay. Yay. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make this like nighttime scene, and I'm gonna color rosin first and see how that looks. I'm probably gonna use a mixture of brushes. I'm keeping the sketch and all of that because I like it. I think it gives the art character. So I'm going to keep that as is. For the brush, I don't know. But whichever one I like and end up using the most, I'll definitely leave like something in the comments as to like which brush I use. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Let me slide her over so that you guys can see. I have not sketched anything in a long time that is based off like a movie. I just stopped doing it. And the reason why I stopped is because, howdy, a lot of times people, you got to worry about like copyright and stuff like that. And it's just too stressful. So, but I also was selling like stickers and fan art. So this right here is just for YouTube, drawing, having fun, not gonna sell it or anything like that. Yeah, but I don't do a lot of fan art. But the Wild Robot has so many pretty moments. Like the illustration style in the Wild Robot is awesome. And I could not decide which scene I wanted to do. I feel like I end up picking one that's like complicated because I am rusty. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully everyone will feel positive about the videos and the live and things like that. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so I'm thankful for everybody who just pops in, even if it's for a little moment. Okay. I'm really liking how this looks. I think this is so cute. If you've seen the Wild Robot, would love to know what was your favorite scene, and do you draw? Do you draw? If you do, would you draw a scene from the Wild Robot? I feel a little ambitious with this. Normally, I try to do something simple, but yeah, it's good to challenge yourself. So I'm really liking that. I hope that you all can see. I have this live stream vertical because every time I do it horizontal, it doesn't come out right. I really like the other way, but thank you. I'm so glad that you did. Trust me, I am super appreciative. Everyone, please like, subscribe, and all those classic things that us YouTubers say. Please do that because it's important. Yeah, it's important. It helps grow this channel, get us seen by more people, and all that fun stuff. I'm going to add details and texture probably later on, but not during the live. I'm going to lay down just the color foundation that I want for Roz. And then I'm taking my time. I don't feel like it, but yeah, I am. This okay. I'm going to move this to the side, make that smaller. This is here because I'm going to take some of the colors from off of here and put it around, but I'm not going to redo this whole scene and make it like the poster. I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's color her in. Feel free to leave comments, ideas, suggestions, or anything like that. And I am using the app Procreate on a 13-inch iPad. For those who are curious, with the Apple Pencil, which is something I highly recommend if you can do it. Okay, I want to add these little dark pieces around. I really like the sketch, so I'm going to keep it. Normally, my art does not have any like dark lines. I don't normally have that. Thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. Let's darken this up a little bit. If you all are feeling nervous about sketching, drawing, or anything like that, remember, your art is good because you did it. It does not have to look like anyone else's. It does not have to be Facebook, Instagrammable kind of style. It doesn't have to be like that. And I think a lot of us hold ourselves back because we needed to look a certain way, probably based off like comments and people's thoughts and all of that. Do your art, have fun, and remember, your art does not have to be realistic, and it doesn't have to look like the reference that you're using. It doesn't have to look like that. Yes, give it a go and have fun. Do not overthink it and don't stress yourself out. If your art does not look exactly like the reference, great. It doesn't have to. Can Yes, I have a YouTube video up where I was drawing this sketch out. So that's up on the channel. I put it up yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna color him in. Uh-oh. Hold on. Wait. Let me see. Okay, great. I thought I was coloring on my layer with the sketch, and I didn't want that. You're welcome. I have a couple of YouTube videos that I'm just starting to put up, and I did this sketch on YouTube, so you get to see all my trial and error and all the things as I try to figure out how to do all of this. So, yeah. And it's not perfect. It's not at all. But my model is that I'm just doing a representation of what is. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Okay, I'm gonna lighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna add more details when this live is over. I just want to color it in and get the base down and see how I feel. Okay, I gotta bring it back. I took it right off the screen. Gotta remember this is live versus I'm home chilling and moving the canvas all around and you can't see. Thank you. I'm trying because today was a very, very hard day. So if I'm positive, I'm glad that you guys are picking up on that because it was not easy. I had to really push myself to show up and do this live stream because my goal is to do that. No matter how crazy life gets, I'm going to try to show up and keep my word. But today was definitely a hard one. Definitely. So hard, I'm going to tell you guys, I had some tears before this live stream. So yeah, that lets you know how much it was not easy. But here we go. Yeah. Sure, thank you for being here. I don't even know how people do a shout out. I don't know how that goes. But thank you for being here and talking and sharing. It is appreciated. I'm going to add just a little detail to him. Not too much. Because remember, I told you guys I don't want to do my details live. I just want to lay down the base color. And this may change. One thing I like to do is experiment and see. Oh, I love that. I'm zooming in. You guys probably can't pick up on the texture. Maybe you can? Yeah, I think you guys can see that texture. It is nice. I'm going to put the final illustration on Instagram and in the community post here on YouTube. So definitely check it out. And I'm going to leave the brush that I'm using because I like the texture. I'm zooming in so that you all can see the texture from this brush. This is nice. Zooming in. Okay. I'm going to keep the sketch there. I want to color him in. These colors may not be like the accurate colors because it looks a little blurry, but we're gonna make do. with what we got. At least, I don't know, it'll be a representation. I'll just say that. Gonna color this in because it's giving me like this orangey color, and he's probably not even like that orange. I didn't give him any details in my sketch. Okay. I need to color his body. I did not do the whole body. Like, I didn't do the little... No. Yeah, I didn't do any details like that because I wanted to keep it simple. So, yeah. Remember, your art is good because you did it. It does not have to look exactly like the reference. And it's good if it doesn't. So, just in case people feel nervous and are like, wait, it doesn't look exactly like, no, it doesn't have to. I mean, unless you're doing realism and your art, yeah, then you're going to have to do that. But I don't do realism at all. Let me zoom over here. Yeah, I don't do realism. So I'm free to interpret things the way that I want to do it. Let's darken it up a little bit more. Color outside the lines. Have fun. You do not have to color in the lines. I actually prefer to color outside of them. I'm going to make this darker. And I want to do the grass. I'm not going to do the tree or anything like that. I'm just going to make a nighttime scene. Hold on. Okay. And the yellow for the eyes. I'm taking the yellow off of the art, the promotional poster. So some of my colors are going to come from there. This is the part that I was actually nervous about, if I have to be honest. When it comes to the robot's eyes and the way she's looking down, that part I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, because let me zoom in. I really like the glow, so I'm gonna work on that. I mean, of course, like off the live stream, because if I did it during the live stream, you guys would be here for like a minute. Let's darken this up. Okay. This should come down more, but all right. Gotta remember not to be so hard on myself when it comes to this. Even though I always tell people have fun, I'm still gotta remind myself to do the same thing that I tell everybody else to do. Have fun, show up. I said recently on Instagram, I am wearing my imperfect party hat. That's my season of just showing up, even though things are not ideal, they're messy, they're not aesthetically pleasing. I want to show up with my party hat of imperfection and do the thing that I really enjoy doing, which is this art. I really like coming on YouTube, on Instagram, and drawing and sharing. I like to do that. I'm smudging this out. Hopefully you guys can see it. If I take the lines off, it is not going to look the way that I want it to look. But that's okay, because I'm working on it. I'm going to color her feet. Oh, well, her little boot, robot foot, shoe, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to add some darkness on here. Okay. And I'm going to bring this out more, even though my sketch is not out that far, but I want it to be like that. All right, I'm going to zoom out so that you guys can see. I'm going to take this back. I still got a color here, but yeah. When things come together, it looks great. But in that beginning stage, whew, I'd be like, I don't know. I question myself. But taking time, working on it, and not giving up on the sketch helps a lot. Sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes you got to walk away from the drawing and sleep on it and be like, okay, it looks all right. You come back and see it with fresh eyes the next day. I know as a children's book illustrator, I like to tell authors after I finish all the art, I'm going to sleep on it and then come back and check it out and see how I feel, if I like it. And that helps because, yeah, in this moment, I'd be like, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking it at all. But I'm going to work through it. We're going to work through it together. You guys are going to see my process. I want the grass here, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit. Not overthinking it. If I don't like it, you know what? I can just take it off and keep it moving. Like, it doesn't have to be in depth for me. Just take it off and be like, oh, I'm going to try again. I love the scribble, and I didn't color this part in yet, but let's do that now so I don't forget. And I want to make that part big. I'm going to color this part. Oh, look, color outside the line, but I like it, so we're going to keep it. I'm going to add some more grass. Let's see. Just a different shade of green. So that you guys can see. Sorry if this vertical mode is not your jam. I didn't want that to be the hold up as to why we don't do the live stream. Because I tried a lot of times. Put the grass around. And wait, okay. This looks like an extension of something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out together. Sometimes I feel like Bob Ross. I'm going to paint some blues in the back, and I'm not done because I want to add some detail and some texture and things like that. It's really like it's a big process. Well, not big, but a long process for me. It's a long process. So I could not keep you guys here that long when I do stuff like this, trying to figure things out on the fly. I also like mixed media art. So I like to add papers and things and different types of textures. So I'm gonna sit down after this live, after I play with my kids and hang out with them because they are my friends. I'm going to sit with them, hang out with them, and then after I do all that, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna try to work this piece. Um, Put some texture here. I like painted papers, different scratches and paint marks and things like that. So right now, this is really nice. I like that. If I take the layer, the line work is actually, I like it, but it's not my style. I don't do lines. So I may, yeah, see, that needs to be fixed. She can't be out here like that. Yeah, so that needs to be fixed. I don't, all right, I'm gonna keep the line. I'm going to keep the line only, I'm gonna do two versions. One without this dark line going around the outline, and then one without. Yeah, because my style is without. All right, let's add some texture to the back. I'm not doing a lot of detail, so I'm keeping my word on that. I made this texture brush. I don't know if you guys can see it, so let me make that a little darker. There you go. I made this texture brush so that I can add quick texture to my art. This was actually paper. That's too dark. Paper that I painted my own self, and then I turned it into a brush. So if ever you want to learn about that, we have classes. So yeah, definitely come around. I teach how to make Procreate brushes, and we have texture brushes that we sell. Not these texture brushes because these are my own personal ones that I play around with. I'm adding more texture. I'm gonna zoom in so that you guys can see. I got a paintbrush that adds texture. And I want to see what that looked like using overlay. Okay, so I like that. I don't make the texture go everywhere. I don't want it even or anything like that. I don't want anything to be uniform or so neat. I don't like that. For my art. Everybody else can do it and it probably looks great, but for me, no. Okay, stamping on some more texture. This looks like a scene like for a coloring book. All right, I'm going to play around with the blend modes. And if you guys got questions, please feel free to ask. Even if you catch this late, leave a comment. If you're too shy to leave a comment, come through in email, DM, whatever's easy. Okay, I'm going to smear that in. I'm zooming in so you guys can actually see what it's like as I zoom in. And again, thank you for being here, hanging out, watching me color and figure it all out, because I literally am figuring this out as we go. I want to put some light on Ross, and let's see. Gotta find the pencil that I want, or the brush that I want rather. Let's see. All right, let's see. I know, this looks so crazy, right? I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see. please, especially when you're doing digital art, because you can always delete and, delete a layer, undo. And with traditional art, you really can't do that. So even though I'm going to encourage you, whether you do traditional art with pen, paper, crayons, markers, glue, or whether you do digital and you have a tablet, a Procreate brush, or iPad, experiment, have fun, try new things. By trying new things, you will probably discover something about your art style, something you don't like, something you do like, and you'll end up applying it over and over again to your art. But you never know unless you try. Okay, let's give it some light. And I think I'm playing around with this to see how I feel. Too much. And I'm going to lighten it up just a little bit. All right. That might be too much light, so I'm probably going to play with that a little bit more. But I definitely want the light, and I want some stars and everything. So hold on, let me zoom in here. Got to get my grass. I like this green. And, oh, might as well go right here. There you go. I'm probably going to put some flowers here too. And have fun with it. I'm going to take the light off right now until later on today. Let's paint a little bit more up top. Let's see. I want to add a little bit of darkness. I don't want to add too many details, so I don't want to do that. Let's see. And I'm going to smear it and see how that looks. Okay, great. Okay. I don't want it too much, like I don't want it too dark. But we're gonna play. We're gonna play around. We're gonna play around. I know I do the most. I'm probably the only person, I don't know, that I know of that is, I don't know. I feel messy. But it goes well. It's part of my style. So let me know if you feel like this is like giving some Bob Ross kind of thing, but digital. Because this tapping on the brush, yeah, on the screen makes me feel like that. Okay, so far, so good. I like it. I want to add fireflies. I want stars. I want flowers. And why not? Let's do it. Let's add some flowers. I like I like lavender. So I'm gonna put that in. And don't worry, I'm gonna come back and add more details. Right now, I want to do the things that I want to do. I just want to have fun. So like right now, I don't want to do details, and that's the joy. I'm like, oh, I'll add details later. I want to do flowers. Yes, I do teach. We have classes right on the website. We do Procreate classes, beginners drawing classes, and live classes for those who don't do pre-recorded classes. Because some people want classes like they need it live. And then some people, because of their time zone, they need pre-recorded. So we offer both. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. These flowers do not have any type of like detail. They are what is it? They're just like representation of what's real. That's why I tell people have fun. We know that's flowers. Do you need to see all the petals? No. You don't have to see all the petals. You know it's a flower. You know. Now, the only time I like to add detail is if you are, thank you for the kind words, if you're foraging. When you're doing plant identification, it is extremely important to draw the plant exactly to the best of your human ability, as close as you can to the real thing. That's the time I'm like, you need to be like, realism is very important. You don't want to paint a dandelion green, purple, orange, and with like lots of specks and stars if you're trying to identify it and whether it's edible or not. You don't want to do that. You want to do the pinks, purples, and greens if you're just drawing and you're just wanting to have fun and it's not for plant identification purposes. So yeah, that's my thing when it comes to realism in art. If it's something that I have to know, like foraging, then I'm going to do my best. But outside of that, no. All right, I'm picking a color palette. If you've been like drawing for as long as I have, you probably have tons of that. The baby's telling me all the things. Okay, do I want that to be blue? Nah, let's change it to like white. And I'm gonna get a different brush. Let me see. I will definitely leave details on the brushes that I used in this live stream. Right now I'm trying to figure out which brush I want to use. I'm going to go to my crayon brush. Let me see. That's my texture brushes. Where's my crayons? I have a lot of brushes. Yes, like a lot. All right, I found my brush. I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to make this brush big so you guys can see. There you go. It's going to be everywhere. Look, some big, some small. We're going to have fun. Yeah, everywhere. Put them wherever you want. There you go. It's fun when it's spontaneous and doesn't look so structured. Now, I think that's so cute. Let me move that so you guys can see. That looks so cute. And even more when I add my stars. I made a Procreate brush for stars. And I've gotten a couple from people that I like. And so whatever I use, again, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. So that way you can support other artists and get their brush. And if you think you like our brush, it'll be available. So here's the star. And I'm going to probably make them, no, well, not probably. I'm going to make them different sizes. But first, I'm going to do my little ones. And then some super tiny ones. They're like that tiny. All right. I might put some stars on them. Yeah, they need stars too. So I'm going to put some stars on them. I'm going to put some stars on them. Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm putting stars on them. because stars everywhere. I like when my art has stars. It is my favorite thing. One of my favorite things. So I'm going to add some stars on him too. Even though he like all the way down here. I'm going to add some stars. This is what it looks like so far. I think this is so cute. I'm going to darken this up a little bit. Color in him a little bit more, add some details. And I'm going to thank you guys for all the positivity and kind words. I just, if you're coming in late, I told you right before this live, I probably already, not probably.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I had a couple of tears and I was like, I gotta still go live. And
this is a baby that refused to be colored in paint or sleep, rather. So just letting you know, I got her.
Okay.
Say bye-bye.
Just in case you guys were like, wait, why that baby talking and she's still here?
Yeah, I was trying to put her to sleep, but she refused to be colored in sleep. As she look at you.
She came last live.
That's all you got?
She came last live and visit.
What the girl?
Right. I might not keep that.
So enjoy.
Oh no. Oh no. That was on my layer. No. That was like, that's a big no. That was on the layer. See you later. That was on the layer of my actual art. So when I smeared it, it smeared my art. And I was like, no, we don't want that. I'm for experimenting, but I'm not for that. When my art disappear and no, not for that. All right, I'm gonna smear it in. That's my buddy. That baby is my little buddy. And I look forward to hanging out with her and all of my little buddies at the end of this live. But yeah, this is how it looks so far. I'm going to add some texture to the grass because I feel like it looks good, but it's too plain for me. And I'm going to get rid of the black outline and then I'm going to keep it on another one. And I want these stars to actually glow. So let's see if I can get that done. Oh. Nope, I was on the wrong layer. Hold on. I was on the wrong layer. Okay, to the stars. Okay, found them. You can label your layers. It saves you the stress and trying to figure out what layer is what. But I'm a little lazy, and so I don't do that. But I'm thankful that we can just undo when you're doing digital art. So I'm going to see if I can get these stars to brighten up a little bit. So that's nice. It's glowing on her. Let's see if I can do it again. Okay. This is what the stars look like. Glowing. I think that's so neat. I didn't do my fireflies, but I am going to do that. But for right now, that is it. I am glad that you guys came to the live stream. No matter what time you come through, whether it's during the live or the replay, I really appreciate it. And leave me a comment. What's your favorite scene in The Wild Robot? Do you even like The Wild Robot? Do you even know what The Wild Robot is? Let me know. I'll be glad to talk with you guys. It's been fun. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming to the Scribble session. It happens every Friday, no matter how I feel, between 3 and 4 o'clock. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe there's something else that you can share with us in the comment section. You know, something you've seen that you like. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, tutorial ideas, let me know. Because this channel is operating off of you guys and providing content that actually benefits you all. See you later. Have a great weekend. Adios. Salams. Bye.